What's up, guys? I am so excited to be here and I am so excited to be doing this video. In fact, I've said it already and I really believe it's true. Today's video is going to blow your freaking mind, okay? I don't say that lightly. I definitely think that this is a topic that needs to get out. I'm trying to spread the word to as many people as possible to help them understand, like, what the heck is really going on here? What is really happening? What is going on in today's world? Well, it started way before today, okay? So in today's video, we are going to be diving into the greatest story never told, okay? The greatest story never told. Now, when you're thinking of the greatest story never told, there's a lot of things to dive in there, all right? The greatest story never told. The truth is stranger than fiction, all right? What I'm about to tell you is going to sound freaking weird, okay? It's going to sound crazy. It's going to sound like something you do not understand or know what's going on if you've never heard anything like this before. And I'm hoping that it will help you understand where we are right now in the USA and what's getting ready to happen for us, okay? And I've got to be really careful because I don't want to lose my platform. I don't want to be talking, I'm going to go down some conspiracy rabbit holes, don't get me wrong, but I don't want to be talking about too many different things that will get me removed or banned, okay? I've been there before and I don't want to get removed or banned, so I'm really just going to start, I'll dive into them, but if I can't talk about it, it is what it is. So I want you to put this conversation into like a box of possibilities, okay? Because I'm probably going to say something that's going to offend you, maybe, or maybe your religion a little bit. I'm not meaning to, but I put it in a box of possibilities as like a what if, okay? And then eventually later on, you can go back and look, but don't just shut it off completely. I think that there's some really important material that needs to be talked about here today. And so I'm going to bring up stuff to just kind of let everyone know, like, get a bigger picture of what exactly is going on today. And in this society, it's insane, all right? So don't just miss it, but hear it and then do your own research, okay? So first off, you may ask, well, why have the masses never heard this story? Well, they like to keep it hidden, okay? It's a story that they like to keep hidden. It's a story that they don't want to get out because they're trying to maintain control, okay? They're trying to maintain control over the masses, and they do that through fear. There have been a lot of tools that they've used, a lot of terms that have been created. Some call them trigger terms, like conspiracy theorist, right? A lot of people, when they hear that term, are like, look the other way, okay? Another one's like terrorist or whatever. That definition of terrorist activity, it's very, very large and can encompass a lot of different things that aren't really what we think of normally to be considered like a terrorist activity, okay? So they create these like trigger terms in order to like maintain your focus in a different direction, okay? Or like control your focus, okay? So, crazy, insane, weird, like all these things they try to throw at you when you start to hear the truth, when someone starts to bring out the truth and starts to tell the story I'm getting ready to tell, all right? So they use these words to keep you from hearing it. Now, then they also take drastic measures, okay? There's a lot of other drastic measures that they take to keep this story from being told. A lot of people have tried to come out and tell this story over time, and some bad things have happened to them and their family, okay? But the reason I'm telling this story is because their time is up. Their time is up. Now we rise, and as many people as possible need to hear this story as we can possibly get out, okay? So here we go. So have you ever wondered why, like, everything sucks? Everything's failing. Every structure that's ever in place, financial institutions, schools, healthcare, government, why are they all failing? Every single one of them. Why are they failing? Because they were set up to fail, okay? They were never set up to help us, ever. By us, I mean the majority, the mass of people. They were never set up to help us. These institutions and rules and laws were created to hold us down, all right? And keep us from discovering the secrets that a small group of people know, and they don't want the rest of us to find out. But apocalypse means unveiling, lifting of the veil. And so now a lot of these secrets are starting to come out, and a lot of people are like, what is actually going on? I'm hoping this video gives you an understanding of what is actually going on, okay? Yeah, to keep us in negative energy, exactly, all right? Isn't it weird that they allow rated R movies, right, about murders, and we have all these like documentaries about murderers? We know so many things about murderers, but you can't like grow a plant in your backyard if it's marijuana, you know, in certain states. You can't collect rainwater in certain states. Why do they do that? Because they want you to focus on negative crap that they throw at you. They want your information source that is from the approved information source to be from something that is going to be negative. It's going to keep you down. It's going to focus you on dark energy, all right? That's why they're doing this stuff. They're not really trying to help us. If they wanted to help us, like it cracked me up during the COVID's crap, if they really wanted to help us and keep us safe, well, they would limit sugar, right? Or they would limit driving at over a certain speed, maybe 30, right? Because that kills a lot more people. So it's interesting what we've got in place. So they're also okay with nudity and sex, right? But won't let people talk about ideas. Like I said, I got to be careful when I'm talking on the platform. I don't want to be kicked off. I want to keep the platform so we can wake up as many people as possible, because that's what's going on. It's insane, you guys. Okay, so there's a small group of people. It's approximately 100 families, and they have been controlling the entire world since the beginning of time as we know it. All right. I'm not going to go into the time before the beginning of time. I'm not going to talk about that in this video, but I'm talking about the beginning of America and the beginning of even a little, you know, before that a bit as well. They've been controlling this place. They run it. Basically, they're in charge of our school, our healthcare, our food, our production of food, our production of anything, actually, our transportation, our government, our money, our housing. They control it all. Every single bit of it. Okay, our media, all of it, 100 families across the entire world. Okay, they think of it like a game. We're playing this game and they've got the cheat codes. Okay, this small select group of people has the cheat codes to the game, but we don't know the rules of the game. We don't even know the rules. They've got the rules like hidden from us, and they're giving us a fake set of rules. Sorry, that was my car. A fake subset of rules, right? Cigarette companies allowing them to be in, but making it's interesting, right? This fake set of rules that they've given us has made it so that we actually are so far from the truth that when we hear it, we're like, that's crazy. Okay, when we start to hear what we can actually do and what we can actually be and actually obtain, we're gonna be like, that's crazy. Wow, pigs don't fly. Okay, this kind of thing is because they've given us a fake set of rules. They've lied to us. Everything we know is a lie. Everything they've ever taught us is a lie. Okay, I'm sorry to tell you that and burst your bubble, but that's what's going on here. Okay, if you want my notes, remember to subscribe. I always give copies of my notes after my live. So a lot of us don't know the real rules of the game, what's really happening. Okay, they want to make it so we can never figure it out, ever. And if we do figure it out, you know, it's way too late. Fear is their number one tool to keep us controlled. It's always fear. It's been that way with every generation. Each generation has gone through their own fear event to keep them in check. All right. When they start to get a little bit out of line, fear event, keep them in check. Think 9/11 there. Okay. They is not us. They are the minority that is controlling us. Okay. So someone asked who's they. All right. So everything you know, everything you've been taught to believe, it's all a lie. All right. It's been carefully crafted and controlled for centuries. You, me, everyone, we're all players in this lie. We just don't even know about it. And it's been put in place, like I said, to keep us down. The governments we trust, the history we've been taught, number one, the history we've been taught, it's all been shaped. All of it's been shaped and fabricated by a small group of people. Okay. And they're not just people, but they've turned into secretive groups, like secret societies, okay? These 100 families have infiltrated every aspect of our society, and they've created secret societies to continue to hold us down. But they've allowed members into these societies who know nothing about it. There's people that are involved in the media who know nothing about this. There's people involved in the government that know nothing about this because they're smart. They're not stupid. These 100 families that control, they've been in control for so long, and they do it because they're smart. Their tactics are very smart, okay? So they make it to where people will say like, oh, the government? Well, my uncle's in the government, and he doesn't know anything about what you're talking about. He's never heard of the Knights Templar or the Illuminati. Well, of course not. Okay. I'm not saying that everyone in the government is involved in this. There's a lot of peons in all of these organizations. Not everyone in the financial industry knows how corrupt the Federal Reserve, and not even everyone in the Federal Reserve understands how corrupt the Federal Reserve is. They have peons everywhere. That's how they hide themselves. Okay? They're hiding in plain sight through these institutions, through these secret societies, through these government structures that they've enforced upon us and that we've been born into. Ask yourself, what have you chosen in your life? Your religion you were born into. You were born into a certain country. You were born into a set of rules and structures that determine how we act. You were born into having to use money. You were born into the food and the food system and the transportation system. These are all things that we were born into. They were forced upon us. Okay? Again, I'm not trying to offend anyone or any religion. What I'm trying to say is these are control tactics that have been used for a long time to keep us down, to keep us under their thumb. Okay, to keep us looking to them for the answers, like, oh my gosh, I have to go to you if I need this, right? Oh, I'm feeling like I have to go to you. No, they want us to think that we are helpless. They want us to feel that way so that we constantly look to them for the answer. Okay, and when we dive in a little bit later into some of these conspiracies, right? Some of these events, false flag events is what a lot of people term them as. Rally around the flag events. These are all ways to instill the fear even stronger, okay? When a certain group of people starts to rise up against it, they like to false flag event to shut them up as quick as they possibly can, okay? So these aren't wild theories without basis, okay? These have all been very, very well researched by a ton of people who are trying to get the word out, okay? It's very hard to get these words out across platforms. They'll shut your channel down immediately if you start talking about ideas. But I could literally probably be naked on here for an hour and they'd probably let me still have my platform, okay? You got to watch out for crap like that. Ideas are powerful. And so with the more we know, as you're going to see later on, I'm not doing this as a fear base here because there's a way around this. There's a way to fix all this. Like I said, their time's up. It's over. We've got to come together as a people, but just get ready. Like there's some cool stuff we do. But if you don't know, you're not going to be able to watch your back and watch your family's back for some of this crazy stuff they're getting ready to bring down to you. Crazy stuff, okay? All right, so they want you to not be able to realize your true potential. They want to hold you down and they want to just keep you controlled, okay? So look around. Every major event we've experienced, every major shift in society, it's been designed to keep us locked in a system of control. Every single one of them, okay? False flags, engineered crises, distractions. Generation after generation has been repeating the same crap, you guys. The masses of people are falling into these same crappy displays of control because no one is thinking of coming together. We're all thinking it must be an individual rise. No, we got to come together and rise as a people, okay? We have to rise together for this. So every generation's been handed their own version of the fear, all right? It's never been the exact same thing over and over again, but every generation has something you can point to. The Lusitania sinking that led them into World War I. Everyone give me your gold that led them into the financial crisis. There's a lot of stuff that has happened and it just continually expands from the same core element of fear and control. And then right after that, they lay down a bunch of other rules for us. Yeah, they say we're so free. We're the freest country in the world. Thank you. We're so free. Are we? Are we free? I would argue no. I would argue we are completely enslaved, 100% enslaved. Okay, they allow us certain things, but we are enslaved. Why do you think you have a birth certificate? Why do you think you have a social security number? Why do you think you have a death certificate? Because you're a product. You're a product, and they use your fear in order to fuel the crap that they're doing. And they've been doing it for generations. All right, this isn't new. This isn't a new game to them. This is something that they've handed down to their children, and their children, and their children, and their children. The ones that are doing this are waking up every day and their kids are doing nothing with their lives. They have so much money, they don't even know how to think. They don't even know how to walk. They are not us, okay? Most of the money in this world is concentrated